Real Medusa in chat is asking recovery over resilience, and that is actually a very good topic. Let's say you're running a Hunter, Warlock, or Titan. As a new player, returning player, experienced player, veteran player, it does not matter. What you want to be doing is, in my humble opinion, you need to be focusing on your recovery stat. The reason you want to focus on recovery, chat, is because it is amazing across all characters. You're going to be getting out of situations in PvP that are literally almost impossible to get out of if you have low recovery. Let's say you get body shotted with a sniper and that other teammate of that sniper is pushing you, or whatever the situation is. You can always just do like a small movement, get out of the way, or just keep moving for like 2 seconds. That's all it takes. 2 to 3 seconds, the recovery kicks in and you're at full HP and you're ready to get into battle right away. And the crazy thing about that is those enemy players, most of the time, they don't even expect it. They're going to think that you're low HP. They're going to be pushing aggressively, which means they're going to be making mistakes and so on. Now, let's move on and talk about the next stat if you're a hunter, right? As you guys can see, as we were running that other set with 100 stats, I always try to run 100 mobility, obviously, on my hunter, because it affects my dodge, which means that I'm going to be having that dodge every pretty much 11 seconds. And that is just crazy. That also helps me with the grenades in my build's case. I'm going to be dodging. I'm going to be running double bombers. I'm going to be getting my grenade energy faster. All in all, the combination is absolutely amazing. And then if we're talking about competitive play, if you're going into trials, if you're playing competitive, all those modes that really get you to get that sweat flowing, ladies and gents. And yes, it sounds wrong, but it's just the truth. It does. Okay. If you're playing those modes, you want to focus on intellect. I would say if you're running stasis, at least tier 8. Let's say you're a Titan. Let's say you're running max resilience, max recovery, and max intellect. That would be 100 stats right there with max resilience, recovery, intellect on your Titan. Now, let's take a look at what playstyle this helps out the most. You all know the double D, Onion Knight himself, the legend. Now, if you play like Onion does, yes, resilience is a must. And let me tell you why. He has his shield every 14 seconds with max resilience, for example. And then if you also add max recovery and max intellect on top of all of that, what that does is it gives you insane survivability. If you're running away, you pop your shield every 14 seconds. And if you're using the ramparts, you can pop those shields and shoot through them. Meanwhile, you have max recovery that kicks in so quick that your survivability is just off the charts. Going into the future, resilience, recovery, and intellect for the Titan will always be extremely strong. Once again, depending on the style you have. Now, if you play ramparts or if you play any style that is more defensive, that is an absolute beast of a distribution of stats, and you will not regret it. That's my thoughts on resilience on the Titan. Now, if we're talking about resilience on other characters, for example, my hunter, you guys see it right here. I don't really focus on resilience that much. I focus on mobility, recovery, and intellect, but that's just me. If you feel like your survivability is not as high, you can always, put in some extra points into resilience. As for discipline, here's what I gotta say. Just thanks to all the weapons and mods that we have in game currently, I honestly don't see why you would spend some points for discipline. Let's say you want to have a grenade build, right? You want to have grenades really fast. There's quite a few weapons and weapon perks that will get you that same effect that the higher discipline stat will. You have the demolitionist perk, very strong. You get kills, you get your grenade energy back. You can run double bombers in combination with the max mobility. That means that every 11 seconds you're dodging and you're getting a pretty significant amount of your grenade energy back, chat. So in my humble opinion, guys, I don't think it's worth it to invest into discipline instead of intellect or recovery, especially when you have Traveler's Chosen, right? You just don't need it. You get a kill, you're pretty much, even with one kill, you get like 25-30% of your grenade energy and your melee back. So I would invest into intellect, recovery, and mobility if you're a hunter. I would invest into resilience, recovery, and intellect if you're a Titan. And if you're a Warlock, you can go max recovery, obviously, for just survivability. Then you have the Rift, thanks to your max recovery, max intellect if you're playing competitive modes. Because those supers, they win games. That's just the fact. People just sit around corners, they wait for the super energy, they get it, and there it is. On the Warlock, just because how strong Warlock melees are, I would go for strength. That's just my 2 cents on all of this.